Ready. Start.
Right.
Good afternoon, y'all. How are we doing today?
Good. How are you all doing?
Afternoon.
Great to finally formally meet with you all. I know we had some meetings in the past, but it's just great to finally sit down and have a formal meeting.
Yeah.
We're super excited to work with you all, hopefully, and I know that we briefly introduced ourselves in our previous meetings, but just to start, do we want to go over some introductions just to refresh our memories?
Yeah, that would be great. Why don't we start off with Drew and then kind of circle around if that works.
Perfect.
Yeah, good to see you guys again. Again, I'm Drew Blair, just head of marketing. Obviously won't be talking too much, but anything that has to do with advertising, anything like that, I'll be able to chime in a little bit. So,
I'm Riley Hagan, I'm the CFO. I report directly to Meredith, and I'll just be crunching the numbers.
I'm Meredith, I'm COO. I'll be stepping in whenever Dan needs it and taking some numbers from Riley as well.
My name is Daniel Blacker. I'm the CEO of Vizio.
Carson Schroeder, I'm the Chief Commercial Markets Officer. I'll be working with Meredith as well and country pattern with Riley.
I'm Logan Fox. I'm the financial intelligence analyst. I'll just be doing the numbers.
I'm Cassidy Cheney, and I'm the Senior Purchasing Agent.
I'm Dan Goetz, I'm the Assistant Product Leader. And I'm Sam Gomke, I'm the Chief Research and Analytics Officer. I'll be crunching the numbers with Logan down there. So.
Awesome.
Yeah, well, like you mentioned, it's great to see you guys again. We're extremely happy to be meeting with you guys again. After our last meeting, we agreed that Meredith would be going over the agenda, so I'd love to kind of get into that if that's okay.
Perfect. Sounds great.
Yeah, so the agenda we kind of agreed on last time was to start out talking about contract length and commitment, then to move into credit terms and discount, and then move into ad costs and number of ads, and then lastly, go over product placement and slotting fees. Does that all sound okay, you guys still?
Yes, that sounds good to us.
Wonderful. And then throughout the course of this negotiation too, we are likely to be taking breaks, so feel free to let us know whenever you are wanting to take a break. Does that sound good?
Yes,
Yeah.
same with you all as well.
Sounds great. Well, without further ado, are you guys okay with just jumping right in then?
We are ready.
Awesome, sounds great. So looking at the contract and commitment as we agreed to start off with, can you remind me of your guys' openings for that?
Yes, so our opening for credit terms was 510 net 90.
Sorry, the contract length and then the commitment to purchase.
Oh, sorry, that's my bad. Our contract length was 1 year opening, and then commitment to purchase was 4 million
Okay.
in TVs.
And then
What
ours,
was, yeah.
ours was 5 years at 10 million, and then the commitment to purchase also pre-discount. Yeah. So could you kind of touch on where you got that 4 million?
The 4 million, yes. We can have, do you want to go over that? Because I know that you were crunching those numbers, just to go over how we got that 4 million.
Yeah, just based off of where we stand, 4 million would be something we can negotiate on, but for right now, just 4 million will be just how we want to do things.
Definitely.
And would you like to go over how you got yours as well?
Yes, of course. So the 10 million, the way that we were looking at it is, just quick question real quick. To clarify, we would be selling the TVs in all of the US stores, correct?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So with that clarification, the way that we were looking at things is at a $10 million commitment pre-discount, that would total to around 3 units per store. So that would leave extra for like online stock as well. So that's how we were kind of looking at it, having enough stock for each of your US stores, and then also leaving a few extra for your online resources.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Meredith, do you want to touch on what 4 million might look like?
Yeah. With a commitment of 4 million, that would only provide 1 TV per location for you. We've done business with you in the past, and so you know we're a very reliable brand and we will sell in your stores. We just want to make sure that you have the inventory in those stores so you guys have good turnover with those TVs.
Okay.
So how's that sound for you guys?
I think it's a little bit high of a commitment. Like we said, we were starting with that 4 million. We're willing to negotiate on that, but 10 million is a little too steep for us.
Definitely. What were you guys thinking instead then?
We could probably go up to like 6 million.
6 million?
Mm-hmm.
quickly. Meredith, how does that sound then?
Yeah, with the 6 million, there's definitely potential that we could make that work. We would want to possibly see a raise in the contract length if we were to up, or go down to 6 million.
Okay, and we can kind of get into that later when we get into the contract length. Does that sound good
Yeah,
to you all? And we can move on to the next set with that 6 million for now. It can change if need be. Does that sound good?
Would you guys be open to, like 7 million? Cause I'm looking at 7 million, that would be 2 TVs per store. So that would just ensure that you guys wouldn't have, inventory understock and like, you guys wouldn't run out of products.
I think that we could do 7 million. Does
Okay.
that sound good too?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. And then, so yeah, moving on to contract length, you
Yes.
guys are looking at a 1-year contract, correct?
Correct.
Yes. Yeah, so we were looking at a 5-year contract, and then our kind of thing with that is Vizio is a really well-known company within WalMart, and we have established ourselves very well with your company, so we are hoping for a longer contract to kind of minimize risk as well.
Okay. Once again, that is a little bit too much of a commitment for us, I think.
Sure.
We know that you are a super established brand, and we appreciate you guys working with us. But I think 5 years is a little too long of a contract length, too much of a commitment. We could go to 2 years. That's like
Yeah.
almost as long as we could probably go.
Yeah, I mean, that still might be difficult for us. We can probably drop the contract down to 4 years, potentially maybe 3, but that would have to be if other things might kind of
Yeah,
look
for
better
sure.
in the future.
Yes, well, we want things to be good for you all and for us,
Right.
so that would definitely be something that we could talk about when we further move on to our other parts that we're negotiating on.
Yes.
So, do we want to move on from this and get onto the credit terms and discount and possibly like make a, concession with those?
Yeah, do we want to kind of agree on 3 just for right now, and then maybe circle
Yeah,
back
yeah, that
at a
sounds
different
good.
time? Okay.
Mhm.
Awesome. All right, and then, so moving on to the next step within the agenda, we were going to talk about discounting credit terms. So I have here that you guys wanted a 65% discount with a 5, 10, net 90, is that correct?
Our opening was, did you say 65 or 60?
65,
Okay, yes, 65.
awesome. Carson, you want to touch on the discount there?
Yeah, so after the last time we met, we got together, we were discussing the 65%. Our question for you is how y'all decided on that 65% discount?
So we decided on that because we know that your TVs will sell really well in our stores and that we can get them off the shelves for you guys. But just having that discount for us really makes it worth it selling it, because we're the ones obviously selling them for you. So we do need a higher discount, if that makes sense. And we're also willing to do different things with, like we said, contract length or commitment to purchase if our discount is higher,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, so the usual discount we see in our industry when we're working with other companies is between 12 and 20%. Given our long-lasting and strong relationship that Vizio and WalMart has together, that's where we decided that giving y'all the high end of that discount at 20% was our goodwill that we've had a good relationship in the past.
So that's kind of how we settle on that 20%.
Okay.
Is 20% a little too far off of the
Yeah,
spectrum then?
that is for sure.
Definitely. Would you guys be open to closer to the 35% mark?
We could do 40%, probably
40%.
would be the lowest
Okay.
that we could do.
Would you guys be potentially able or willing to do 35% and then a 5, 10 within the credit terms? So if you pay within 10 days, you would get the extra 5%, that would total to 40.
Yeah, that could definitely be something that we could
Okay.
work around for sure.
Awesome. And then, so kind of jumping into the credit terms, since they kind of apply
Yeah,
right away.
for sure.
So you guys wanted 5, 10, and 90, is that correct?
Yes.
would you guys, so we were originally looking at net zero, but we would be willing to kind of give you guys some leeway. Go to net 30 with the 510, would that work for you guys at all?
You say net 30?
Yes, so 510.
510 net 30? Okay. I mean, potentially we can move around with that net. What about does net 60 work for any of you doing that or?
So,
Yeah, I like net 60.
let's take a look here.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I think that's something, as long as we can make some adjustments through the rest of this.
Yeah, for sure.
It should work for
Nothing's
us.
set in stone right now, so.
Yeah.
So we're looking at, you said 35% discount, 510 net 60. Is that what we are doing on as of right now?
As of right now, yes.
Okay.
And then, so yeah, that way, once you guys wanted that 40%, so if you pay within those 10 days, you would get that 40% discount.
Gotcha, yes.
If that makes sense and works.
Yes,
Okay.
for sure.
Just to clarify, it was a 40% discount or was it 35?
So the discount in of itself would be 35%, but with the credit terms, it's 510 and 60. So if you guys pay the credit terms off within the 10 days, you would get an additional 5% off. So it would be a total of 40%.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. And then while we're kind of making good time here, is it okay if we take a break?
For sure, yeah.
So,
I feel like everything's sounding
yeah.
pretty good so
Yeah, I
far.
feel like it's moving in the right direction.
Why are we
Yeah.
going so fast?
I feel like, yeah, it is moving along.
Well, that's good.
Now that we
Yeah.
have some baseline, we can adjust
Yeah.
based off of like.
Do you want,
the
should we
slot we do.
calculate how much it's currently, like, kind of?
I have that right now under mine.
Okay, yeah, it's just adding the,
At first, this wasn't updating for me. I wasn't seeing anything. And then
Okay.
I had to.
so adding the credit terms, that we're gonna be around 14,150,000. And, yeah, our target is like 7.9 million. So I guess we haven't talked about slotting fees, which is obviously gonna give us some money back.
Yeah.
And then, advertising obviously too, but
Yeah.
I think we're moving in the right direction.
I feel like our slotting fee, we're gonna be able to do a lot better than our target.
You think?
Yeah. Well, the
Honestly-
opening was 750.
Honestly, I'm surprised we got that credit term.
I know.
That surprised me, but
That surprised me
they may
too.
come back and
Well,
discuss that.
they did it with the 5% adding onto the 35%.
Yeah.
See, that's why I was confused.
That's why I thought they did 40%.
Yeah, because I saw you
I was
change
just-
it. I saw you trying to change it, so I was confused if I was confused or whatever. But, I really just lost this computer.
So right now we're at $11,100,000 for the true value. To get our-
What are we gonna try to do for ads? Because I know that our concessions were kind of messed up though.
I think
We're gonna open with the one ad, $500,000.
I think can we also like do like, if they give more, we
Yeah.
make more ads? If that
Yeah.
could be something we could use to like,
That can be something that, if you want me to talk a little bit, I
Okay.
can do that. I'd be happy to kind of move
Talk
around
about
some of
ads
the
and stuff.
numbers.
Okay. But we're opening with 500,000 for one ad,
Yes.
yeah. I think
because they don't know that yet, right? Because we didn't
No.
talk about,
they don't know the opening, but I
We
think
don't know
we
their
start,
slotting.
yeah, we don't know.
we
Yeah.
start big and then, like you said, I feel like if we, to like be more mutually beneficial, we can always add more ads. Or we can
Yeah.
either lower the money
Yeah.
and keep one ad, so we can probably do it either way.
How are we feeling about the 3-year contract length so far? I think we should try to get it down to 2. To 2?
Yeah.
Is that something we should, like, we really want to see how this product, like, how well this product does in our store for the first 2 years?
then that's something we definitely can renegotiate and look at a longer contract in the future.
Yeah,
Do we look at like maybe lowering something? Then maybe, what's more important, like the credit term, do you think, or like length of contract?
I feel like
Do you think it's contract length? I'd say that has a bigger impact.
contract
Yeah.
length does have a bigger.
So do you think maybe we give up, like kind of, maybe like, okay, we're kind of looking at contract length, like we're willing to maybe lower our credit terms? If we're able to do that, maybe 5, 10, 30, I don't know.
or
Or do
let's
we
see
just-
what they
yeah.
do with, slotting fees and that sort of thing too, because
Yeah,
if they open like higher than our target,
yeah.
you know what I mean, then,
Yeah, for, you mean sliding fees?
yeah.
If they open lower than our minimum.
No, like,
No,
if they open
because we don't know what they're gonna come in at.
higher than what our target is, then I feel like we can negotiate that to make like our, contract length better.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Sliding fees, yeah.
Yeah,
Cause like, we're probably not gonna be able to get everything we want, obviously, so.
No.
There's gotta be some give and take. but-
yeah,
Yeah, I think we don't wanna be like, after like early session, we were kinda looking at contract length and we were thinking maybe lowering it to 2. Yes, I know that's gonna be a big hit, but like, we're willing to negotiate other terms. We already may have kind of thought of, and then we can also talk about other things.
We could try, well, they really want 4 years, so I don't know if we're gonna be willing to get 2 years out of it.
yeah.
But we could try to purchase more TVs.
I think 3's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
3
Like,
years.
it's not
Yeah,
horrible,
it's
No, we can negotiate around it.
but I guess like contract length has like a big impact on like our total dollar value. That's the only thing. Cause like we're
Yeah.
paying for that amount of TVs every single year, so maybe we could, lower the number of dollars of TVs produced. Like how much we're buying.
If we do that to just 6 million, it'll drop down to 2 million.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, some kind of contract. Come in.
Come in.
Everything all good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys allowing us to take a break there.
No
I just wanted to
worries.
clarify that net 60 is for us, and it does work for me. That sounds great there. And then, so far we good with the credit terms and then the discount that we offer just there?
Yes,
Okay.
so far, yes.
Awesome. So we'd love to kind of move on to advertisements. I know
Sounds great.
at the last pre-negotiation meeting, you guys didn't have an opening. I'll clarify our opening one more time before you guys give us yours, but, so we wanted 4 advertisements at a cost of $30,000 per ad for a total of $120,000.
And our opening is $500,000 for 1 ad. We're definitely willing to negotiate that as well, especially with like different terms of the agreement.
Definitely.
So,
Yeah, I mean, we can certainly look into that. 500 would be way too much for us, especially for a singular ad. I guess our issue with that is like, you guys would be creating these advertisements regardless, and we would be paying this money as like a sign of good faith. So the 500,000 would just be way too much for a singular ad. If you wanted to drop that down and add more advertisements, we would be interested in looking into that.
okay, what if we did 400,000 for 2 ads then?
400,000 for 2 ads. Carson or Riley, does that look for us?
I'm seeing that, it's definitely something that we can work with.
Okay, awesome.
Okay. Would you guys be open, just to kind of keep it afloat, would you guys be open to 400,000 for 3 ads?
We could definitely think about that. we would love to have the contract length be 2 years
Okay.
instead of 3 years. So if we did did you say 400 for 3 ads?
Mm-hmm.
We could do 400 for 3 ads if you could make that contract length 2 years.
Okay.
Is that something that you could work with?
Yeah, I mean, that would be a lot more difficult. I feel like we would rather give you guys more for an advertisement, if that is okay. So like you mentioned, the 400 for 2 ads for the advertisement, and keep the contract at 3 years.
Okay, we should do that.
Cool.
So keep it at that 400 for 2 ads, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that works for us. All right, and then next we have is the slotting fee and product placement. I know that was one of your guys' issues, if you guys want to jump onto that.
Yes, so our opening for slotting fees was $750,000, and that is just a one-time payment. If you need more clarification on that, Sam is actually
Yeah.
our expert at that. So if he needs more clarification, he's more than happy to explain that to you.
Sure.
Would you like that?
If you'd like, go for it. Yeah.
Okay. So like Cassidy said, the slotting fee is just a one-time payment, and like you said, we have a boatload of stores, and this is just one payment. You don't have to pay for every single store, it's just for all the entirety of our network. So yeah, that's kind of why we were looking at, 750,000. Because
Okay.
obviously there's a lot of stores, and we're
Yeah.
just thinking that could kind of be the best for us, so.
Yeah, that's what makes
That
sense.
makes sense.
Yeah, and then with the product placement, what were you guys looking for?
Our opening was within the first 20.
Okay, and then is that something that we would have to pay for, or?
No.
Okay, just the product placement itself,
Yes.
and that's the online website, correct?
Correct,
Okay.
yes.
So we were thinking, since the last meeting, that we wanted to open and give you guys 400,000 of a slotting fee, total, and then a product placement to be 1 out of 10. The way that we were looking at the product placement is that it's very mutually beneficial. So the higher it is on the product placement, the more inventory you guys will be able to turn over. And then we would be willing to kind of look at the slotting fee as well.
Okay. When you say first 1 out of 10, could you explain that to me a little bit?
Yeah, so first up, out of you guys opened with out of 20 product placement, out of 20, and we're opening with out of 10.
Okay, okay. That makes sense.
On the website, the first 20 results when you search.
Yeah, so
Okay, yes.
is what we were looking at.
Okay.
So just within the first 10, or do you mean out, our 10 products, it's the first one?
No, out of the first 10.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
I apologize.
Alright.
Yeah,
So sorry, just to clarify, you mean you're in the first 10?
yeah, within the first 10.
Okay.
Not the first, not the first.
Got it, okay, that makes more sense, thank you for clarifying
Yeah.
that. I think that we could work with the first 10, and can you remind me of your opening on the slotting fee again?
Our opening for slotting was 400,000.
400,000. What if we could do the first 10 for you, but instead of that 400 you said, could you do 500 for the slotting fee?
Yeah, we can do that.
That works for us.
I think that's beneficial for the both of us.
Yeah. All right, and then, so that just went through everything that we wanted. Is there any points that you guys would like to go back on or take a look further onto?
Like I said, we would really like to have that contract length be 2 years rather than 3. Is there anything that we could do for you in order for us to get that 2 years?
Yeah, I mean, it would be difficult, but it could be done. Let us crunch some numbers real quick to kind of see what we could do.
Do you want to take a quick break and then we can get back to it?
Yeah, that would be
Awesome.
Thank you
Sounds
so
good.
much.
So
We gotta keep
with
that.
the way, I think we should try and keep the 3 years. We can move our slotting fee all the way up to 650%. They gave us that 1 out of 10.
650,000.
That puts us at 140% right now.
But here's the thing,
No, you
even
gotta move
even
this back
if we
to
take it down to 2 years,
did you?
Oh, no, hold on,
That's
hold on, I'm still at the 40%.
even if we take it down
Why
to
is
2
yours
years, we
so
have
much different than mine?
114%.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Mine's
Because
why is it so much higher?
the product placement,
Because he's on his own sheet, there's 2 different sheets.
No, I know, I'm just saying.
we just negotiated
Even if
10
we-
spots.
Why is
Oh,
mine low?
yeah, yours is, because they said 500, I haven't changed that yet.
I know, but still. Oh, there you go, there you
Oh,
go.
there you go, so now I'm at,
Wait, what's the difference?
We didn't even like argue.
I'm
Yeah,
so.
I was expecting a little more back and forth, but I mean,
Because
there's
we're,
nothing we can do to control that. I mean, we can, I mean, I think,
yeah, I mean, I can't negotiate for them.
exactly.
Yours isn't at 2 right now? Years?
I put 2 years in, yeah.
2 years, just to see, we have the
I-
exact same
So
number.
what
In the whole
what
thing,
can
and mine's
we,
at
like,
75%.
fluctuate to keep that 3 years, or does it not matter?
At 2
Oh,
years, at a
you're probably
35%
5%
discount, at $4,000 that we're investing in
Yeah, it
advertisements,
is.
and a slotting fee of $500,000, the fact that we negotiated 10 spots on the webpage
Yeah.
gave
that's
us
huge.
$5 million.
Yeah. So,
But
okay.
that's in
How do we-
terms of you, like, you
Yeah.
guys made that up.
You guys made that up, does that count for what Canterbury thinks? I don't think so.
What changes did you do in that terms of, I don't leave that?
I would rather have a longer contract length than have the first 10 slot.
Hey, hold on, let's
No,
see
no.
something quick.
They really need the contract. Our target, the goal that Castleberry gave us was 2 years, so we can do 2 years.
Yeah,
I think we will.
I think
Yeah.
if
What
we
is-
stay exactly where we're at and go 2 years,
Hold on. I say we go,
because they win on the year.
I say we think,
Okay.
yeah, no, we gotta go 3 years.
I think we, no, because we're still up.
I don't think that's
If we
right.
go, it is right. If we
I
go
don't-
down to.
if we just made up the number of years.
For slotting fee, you're right, but if
No,
we
for
stay,
product
I
placement.
know, yeah, but if we stay at 2, we're still at 150.
Credit terms of
So,
10,
no,
30,
I don't think we can just make up numbers and just
Okay,
get
yeah.
we're at
Or
150.
we get 3 advertisements.
Carson,
The number of advertisements doesn't affect it, since overall expenditure that we're putting into it. So
Does this, does Casper even care about this though? Because like, why does this have any effect on that? Like, we just made that up.
Like,
She
then
does
that's
care.
not
He
passive
does
return.
care.
About what?
He does care about that.
is it worth,
Product placement?
is it worth
But we
500,000
just
for
get
a
to
result?
make up, yeah.
We made that up. Everything.
Okay, but we could, that means we could just bow down to everything and then just make up that the product placements were 2 million.
Yeah, like, we
So
made
why-
up that,
so
so
why-
how is
I
that
don't-
valuable action to us in terms of Castleberry?
Yeah.
Doesn't know that that's our made up value. Like, we're just acting.
We could just make up any
What's the
value.
number if you drop this?
Castleberry wanted us to come up with
This one,
one
know the
number
value of the slotting
for.
fee.
How about we go-
And he knows that number?
He doesn't, but we value it at 500,000 per placement.
Yeah, 100,000 is so.
How is he gonna know
So
that?
even if it's at 100,000, are we still hitting?
I don't like, I think we try and keep it at 3 years and just make the commitment down to like 6 mil.
Not affecting anything.
Why is it not updating?
Oh, it's pulling from this, so it'd be pulling from that.
Just go online, I have the same numbers.
It's not.
That's what I mean.
Which one are you on?
I'm on the first one, copy of sheet 1. Or it should be this one, but whatever the closest one to you guys is, yeah. I was just playing it wrong. I kept it at 6 or 3 years, but I went down to 6 million just to see. And then the product placement was still at 20, so if we do get that down to 10.
Again, I talked to AJ, and so AJ last semester when he did it, he had the top spin thing, and
Okay.
their issue was testimonials, and they just like, the reason that they did so good was because they valued testimonials extremely high.
Okay.
And
So
just
we
gave
should-
them the percentage.
So we should value slotting fees and product placement above contract length.
That was,
That's for our to do.
yeah,
So
that's.
I trust you guys, so
Yeah,
like,
I'm in the same
if-
boat.
I promise we're good, even though
Yeah.
it sounds silly.
Yeah,
And
so,
500,000 per product placement is not it's not extraordinary.
No, yeah, I trust you, I just didn't know that we were able to just make up the number and then Casper said, okay, sounds good.
He told us to.
Okay. Then yeah, should we go down to 2 years and keep it at 7
so
million?
we can go down to 2 years.
I'm
then,
gonna,
right?
I'm gonna,
I
How about we
feel
try and go up to
like
8
we're
now?
anything right now.
We right, it shoots us way down.
But wait, we're,
2 years, 8 mil.
So we could go down to 2 years.
we could go to 2 years at
Maybe
7.
They've given
How
us
about, hey,
so
let's go to
much.
8,
I don't
they'll do
think
it.
it's a huge deal.
Well, at 7, we're still
We're
green.
still
Okay.
green, yeah.
so, okay.
But still, we might as well shoot.
We don't have much time left, so how does 2 years, net 30, sound?
Good.
2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, are we at net 60?
We're at 60 right
Yes, but I'm gonna say, if you guys want 2-year contracts, we want a 5-10 net 30.
Are you gonna put that in?
What if they
I
say
think
no?
that 30 that's a good.
What if they
idea.
say no?
Then we work on it.
Then
Even if they say no, we're still at 114%.
if they say no, then I'll look at advertisement.
117 is
Sorry.
with family do 30
I
here.
just wanted to see what that would put us at.
No, you're good.
So 60. 60 puts us at 114.
I trust you guys. Product placement was just, I just didn't
Wait, what is the 30
understand. I
minutes?
sketch.
I say we do 2 years.
How does the 30? Oh, you're right.
I don't think they'd like that discount one.
The thing is though, with our calculations, negotiating 510 has no effect on our percentage. So it's our negotiation, right? It's
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm only having given the
No, but again, yeah, no, I mean, you're
has to be.
So-
Yeah.
it's kind of,
I was freaking out of the meeting because I left it in my backpack. I was like, real quick.
I think we'll be good.
I'd be like, oh no.
I mean, I'm interested to hear what they say to our concessions.
I feel like now that they're meeting, they're gonna have a lot more issues with this contract.
Yeah, because I feel like, that's what I mean, because I feel like they're
Wait.
just giving us a lot.
So your proposal's gonna be, we'll give you the 2 years, but at net 60,
Net 30.
Not there.
net 30. No 510, just net 30.
Really?
No, I'm gonna get with the 5-10.
I think
Okay.
so too. They're not gonna
So
take a 35%.
how many calculate the 510 into this? Is there?
I don't know, but you guys should figure out how to do that.
Okay.
Before the negotiation.
Oh, okay, so here's how we
Why
can
don't
do
you
it.
just put
We can just put in
40%
40% and then say, this is what it'll be if you pay us within on time, this is what it'll be.
No,
if you
because
pay
we need
us-
to have our own valuation on, because discount and credit terms is separate, so we need to have our own valuation on the 5-10. So
Okay.
maybe,
a higher ad cost right now is
do this, whatever net we agree on, so net 30, for example, do 30 minus 10 days, right? So there's 20 days left in that, and then, I don't know, add a 5% off of what the commitment is, and then multiply that, if that makes any sense.
I'll give it a go. So it'd be 20
Yes.
times, or no, 20 plus our discount that we're giving in net 5, the 5 net 10, whatever.
Yes.
And then,
So,
Carson, you understand?
I don't know if
What I
anything
just-
what I'm saying makes any sense.
I just found a formula here. The total cost of the ads was adding to the total value of the negotiated contract instead of subtracting. So it's telling us by adding more and
No,
spending
no,
more.
it should be added.
It should be?
Yes,
Okay.
because
I got lost
we
there.
we value our ads at 50,000. So it should be added now.
The cost per ad.
And it is probably 200, so.
I didn't know that. Oh, what did I just do?
Are you on your sheet?
Yeah,
Why are there so many copies?
I do.
Because
Things
it's
copy sheet one.
I'm gonna jump on Riley's and see how everything's at.
Is mine messed up?
No,
Okay.
no, mine just, I don't know.
Carson, you're gonna get the dollar value at the end.
Carson?
You
Or
just looked
my
at
name,
my
my
person.
name.
Yeah, my spreadsheet.
Sam.
So at the end, I'll be like, you're gonna ask me what's the dollar value, right? And I'm gonna say, our dollar value right now is set at 19,001,500.
If that's what it says for the negotiated value, yeah.
Okay, so total value.
Do they have a,
B14?
are they also gonna have a number?
Yes, so the second that
The
Castleberry-
chances that they don't meet, I think are pretty high.
Yeah, the second that Castleberry turns off that camera, he's gonna ask what's your dollar value, you have to answer it like seconds.
Okay, yeah.
Why?
He needs to know that,
Why is he doing it after he turns the camera off?
I don't know,
I think it's like,
because it's not important for the video,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's important for his rating.
it was funny. She's like, "So you have questions on that?" And we were like, "Sure." And he was like, "Okay." So.
Well, I didn't know what to I didn't know what to say to that, because like, it sounded like she wanted me to have Sam clarify, like, I didn't have any questions, but she was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh yeah, Sam can clarify things, and I'm like, I don't have any questions.
I would have just gone into it and said like, yes.
Come in. guys, let's just get settled in for a second.
All right, so when we left, we were explaining how it's really important for us to get that contract length to be 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have Darian explain that, just to, show you why it's so important to us.
Yeah, so the biggest thing with our 2 years, obviously, as you guys stated, we do have a very long-standing relationship, but it's kind of with that older generation of TVs, so we're kind of looking at this new smart TVs, will it really take off? And it's definitely something that in the future we'd really like to negotiate possibly a longer contract, but as of right now, I'm gonna use it as a trial run those first 2 years, and then Cassie's kind of gonna dive into some of the numbers.
Yeah, so I know that you really wanted that 3 years, so we do have obviously something in it for you as well. So if we made that contract length 2 years, we could up the amount of TVs that we purchased to 8 million, and then we could also lower the discount that we're getting to 30%. Is that something that you could work with?
Sure, let's implement the numbers there.
For sure.
You said discount 30%,
Correct.
and then so with the 510, that's 60, that would be 35% would be paid within
Yes,
10 days.
exactly.
Sure. Yeah, we can certainly look at that. Would you guys be open to, sorry, you said 8 million for the commitment, correct?
Yes. And
Well,
we put it
that-
at 7 million.
Sure. Okay, yeah, that should work for us. We can agree to so then, just to clarify and restate it one more time,
For sure.
just so I'm not losing my train of thought here. So 2 years at an $8 million commitment to purchase pre-discount, and then with a 30% discount. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yes.
And keeping the terms and that.
And the advertising and everything else the same?
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
Awesome. Yeah, that should work for us, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that works perfectly for us. Is there anything else that you guys want to look into, or does that kind of clarify everything?
I think that we're good on our side.
Yeah.
Anything that you would like to further talk about?
No, I mean, I believe that this works for us.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So do you just want to go through the terms that we agreed upon, just so we're all on the same page?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. So what we have on our side here is, it's all updated here.
Yeah, you should be.
So starting with the number of TVs purchased, we have that 8 million, discount percent of 30%, contract length of 2 years, slotting fees 500,000. The placement is within the first 10. Credit terms 510 net 60, and then advertising is 400,000 for 2 ads. Is that what you all have on that side as well?
Yes, that does sound good to us.
Perfect. So with that, if you don't have anything else to say,
No, I
should we
mean,
get to contracts?
yeah, so Riley is writing down the contract right there, and then afterwards, myself and you can sign that contract.
Perfect.
We restate the net terms, the
Yes.
510.
510 net 60.
Yes, 510 net 60.
Appreciate it. For the raise. Hand that over to Dan to sign, I'll fill out this next one.
Well, I really appreciate you guys meeting with us. I truly think that this is going to be a great partnership, and I'm super excited to continue to work with you all.
Yeah, 100%. We're extremely excited to continue to grow our relationship as brands. Awesome.
Check over these just to make sure that
Yeah. And then Riley will get you guys a copy of the contract right
perfect.
there.
Sounds good.
We're gonna keep that one, since that's the signed one, and then we'll get you a copy of the
Got it.
contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks good.
And then here's a copy of the contract. Awesome. Well, great. Well, thank you guys so much for meeting us. We're extremely excited to continue our partnership, and we're looking forward to continuing working with you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.